Okay, let's record. Oke, mantap Mas Gani, keren. Okay, let's start our Scrum today. Good morning, everyone. I will be chairing today's Scrum with the help of Grace as my secretary and also Mas Gani for the recording. And let's go to partnership campaign. Um, okay, I'm opening online canvassing campaign and offer to Rahma for the updates.
Okay. For the funnel update itself, I still couldn't finalize it yet because I haven't get the access to the new leads coming from Ingrid and Ariel.
I
So
see.
let's just scroll down a little bit to the update. There are new leads coming from the upper funnel. We got new leads from Lila that over contacted by me, and also from the new interns. But from the leads from the new interns, I still haven't got the access to it yet. So maybe after this, I will ask Mas Rizal for the access so I can count how many leads coming from the new interns. And also, we had some discussion with Mas Rizal, Mawayana, Kaldo, and Grace last Saturday, if I'm not wrong. We discussed that we will refocus to the long-term partnership instead of the temporary partnership because to the fact that there are a lot of problems that we couldn't transform the temporary partnership to do exclusive partnership with us. So we will refocus the long-term partnership from now. And for the next action will be, I will evaluate and follow up the new leads coming from Ingrid and Ariel because as far as I know, yesterday they still haven't got the market price yet. So I don't know whether the leads coming from them is qualified or not. And then if it's qualified, then I will contact the new leads. And then after that, we will create a new pitching deck according to different categories: managers, owners, or agent. And we will discuss it start from tomorrow on Tuesday. That's all for me. Back to Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you, Rahma, for the update. Maybe anyone have any comments regarding the update? Over to Jing, yeah.
Roman, just quick question. How many days have you had access issues to the lead board? Is this just today or has it been a few days
Uh,
already?
it's since yesterday. So like actually Kaldo just give me the to update this part no like 1 hour before the meeting. So like I haven't asked Mas Rizal to give me the access yet. So maybe after the scrum I will ask Mas Rizal to give me the access.
Okay, understood.
Okay, anyone have any questions about Rahma's update? Okay, if no, I think from Rahma itself, I think it's already good. But yeah, from the Ingrid and Ariel slate, we haven't seen any of the visibility yet because I also don't have any visibility on it. And um, yep, I think for the Rahma for the Ariel and Ingrid, we can evaluate it after this scrum. And if no one's okay, over to Jing.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just quick question. I know this is a low quality question, but who are Ingrid and Ariel?
Oh, Ingrid and Ariel is the trial candidate for the
Ah,
intern
okay,
that finished just last week.
okay, got it. Okay,
Yep.
definitely. I remember.
Um. Okay. If there's no other question, I will move on to another card. I'm opening MI7 field canvassing offline source campaign. Since Mas Rizal is not here, I will try to see if there's any new update here. So the funnel stage haven't updated yet. Final update, no. Okay, for the summary itself from Mas Rizal, he conducted a meeting with Business Development Committee and agreed to switch the focus to generate owner contact for long-term partnership purpose. At Wayana, to start, follow up the previous lead that have potential for long-term partnership. Aradilo, Tokyo, Villa in Bingin. And next action is we will create pitch deck targeting Villa property manager to help easier for consideration stage. So it's basically the same as the campaign from online canvassing since we want to focus the whole campaign for the long-term partnership. And I think there's not much to discuss on this card. Offer to anyone have any discussion about this? Have any questions? No? From Jing? No? Yep. Jing?
It's okay, Aldo. I'll bring up the discussion during the discussion section, but I just
I
want
see.
to also bring up a question for everyone to think about while we arrive there. So the question is, between a long-term partnership, a short-term partnership, or no partnership, how should we prioritize accordingly? So that is the question. I'll let everyone kind of marinate on that for a moment as we progress to the discussion section. That's it.
Yep. Okay, thank you. And don't forget to write down on the discussion
Yep.
management. Okay. Anyone have any other question for Mas Rizal's update? All clear? Okay, I will continue to website campaign manage my property. So I will update on this card. For the funnel update itself, we could see on this from the awareness funnel, we could see that the growth of the page view from week on week is increasing. So before it's only wait before it's only 185 ya, and right now is 300 something 317 if I'm not mistaken. So I think it's a good sign. And also from the consideration final, the inquiry CTA is getting more attention than the form of sign up itself. So two inquiry and zero sign ups. And I think I will consider to moving or duplicating the inquiry CTA to to upper page. So it could also getting more attention. And for the activity itself, I am currently focusing on migration to WordPress for the website, for the whole website. And I think that's all from my update. Anyone have any questions about this? Okay, over to Mas Gani.
Yeah, I have a question regarding the inquiry. CTA is getting more attention than form itself. So, refer to inquiry. What is uh, came from? I mean, to inquiry over to your WhatsApp, or how do you?
Oh, yeah, the inquiry itself is to my WhatsApp.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, from the old landing page.
I see. So people is prefer contact you to WhatsApp rather than on.
Yep,
No, oh, okay, okay, got it.
yep. I feel like the more the inquiry itself is like is the form itself is not like they feel like it's like already commit to the partnership, but the inquiry is they still want to know more about the partnership itself. So my assumption over to Mas Gani.
So are you sure that two inquiry is coming from website, not from other Facebook or Instagram?
No, I also asked actually for the leads that we have meeting last week. So Pak Krishna ya Mo ya. So we asked him like where he get where he know about us. So he said
Mm,
uh he googled and open our page. So basically it's a organic traffic.
okay, noted. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Mas Gani, for the questions and Miss Secretary to write it down. And anyone have any questions about this? No. Okay. I will move to another card. So Instagram partnership campaign offer to Mas Gani for the update.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair. So, the last week I have up posting a six content on the story. So it is all about mentioning the owner pain point and what is our solution. And then I have apa namanya put our Instagram account on the big for Airbnb, our Airbnb profiles. So hopefully it's getting more big traffic. And the last is apa namanya? Uh, so also I changed the Instagram bio a little bit. I changed into more apa ya? I put the our apa namanya mission, so it's getting so the audience could understand also what is Bukit Vista and what is the mission. So I hope that it could uh, apa namanya menyerap to audience, so the partnership and then the guest. So yeah, that's my action that I have taken. So for the next action, I will focus on the content planning on the feed. So yeah, so it's getting more content for posting. Yeah, I think it's that, but zero inquiry so far.
Okay, thank you, Mas Gani, for the update. Anyone have any questions? No. Okay, I think I have questions, Mas Gani. So how is the content that you posted? So how is the statistics of the contents of like the viewers, the engagement? So have
Yeah.
you counted yet?
Yeah, thank you for asking, Aldo. So I have provide yet, but sure I will provide as soon as possible. Yeah.
Yep. Thank you, Mas Gani. I think yeah, you need to record the statistics
Mm,
of the post every post that you created, so we could know how the performance of each post itself.
got it.
And also about the collaboration with Lila on content planning. So, how exactly is the planning that you're having right now?
Okay, so I saw that on the Lila's planning, content planning. So she's already create some timeline and then what's topic that she should post. So I think the audience is same, right? So we target on the property owners, right? So I perhaps I can develop more what is the Lila's idea, and yeah, so
Hmm.
like we can collaborate together because we target the same audience, right? So yeah.
Yep. So the content will be almost the same from Facebook and Instagram. Am I right?
Yeah, supposed to be the same because I have read some article. We supposed
Hmm,
to be have the same tone, same voice on the
I
different
see.
social media. Like so yeah, that's it.
Yep. Okay. Thank you, Mas Gani, for the answers. Back to everyone. Do you have any other questions? Nope. Okay. Let's move to another card championed by Mas Gani also. Facebook ads campaign
Oh yeah.
over to Mas Gani.
Okay, so for the Facebook ads campaign, so I have finished the content and copywriting by Grace. It's already finished. It's ready to launch, but we agreed before that we want to finish the website migration first. So once the
Hmm.
ads is launched, so it's apa namanya getting new fresh statistic to fresh traffic. So we don't want to okay. And this week we still use the Strikingly, and then next week we change to WordPress. So there is a
I see.
glitch on the traffic. So we prefer
Yep,
wait
yep.
until the migration finishes first.
Okay. Thank you, Mas Gani. Anyone have any questions about the ads, or also, maybe Grace, some addings to Mas Gani's update about the ad itself? Nope. Okay, okay. Over to Jing.
Question, Johnny, for this, have you reset the Instagram counter for the Instagram campaign? So we're starting from 000 now, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, that's good. Yeah, no, I just noticed that. So before you were using a track record of accumulating all the stats on the Instagram funnel,
Uh,
but now you're resetting it from zero. Is that correct?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, all right, that's on.
Yep. Okay, so it's actually for the Instagram campaign, yeah. For the ads itself, sir, no question. All good.
No, I kind of like the ads actually. You know, even I'll just put a comment there. The ads that Johnny
Okay.
has are actually pretty good. I think because even when they're small, um, you can still kind of get the idea. The
Mm,
only thing I would add is perhaps place a little bit more prominently the brand because the brand is
mm,
actually a bit difficult to see. Um, but then in the context of an ad, you probably have the brand in the headline or the title or sponsored by Bukit Vista. So it might or might not be necessary. You might as well get more brand impressions at something like an ad that has brand awareness. So that's if nothing else, then at least they see the brand, they know what we're about. But I think generally your structure of ad is strong. I can see the visual intention of what it means. And I think the juxtaposition is very good. So you have a property, you have a lady looking up like, what am I gonna do? And then you have her asking a question. So that gets the heart of I think you've understood the how to be very elegant with getting your messaging across. That part is good. And I like how you show the consultation picture around that too. We should get more of those. Actually, you guys should take more pictures of us speaking with owners. I think that would be pretty cool. But yeah, that's my own comment. I think the ad structure is good. That's from a content perspective.
yep. Okay, thank you, sir, for the advice and addings. And yeah, I think the ad is very good. It's like a meme, but it's classy, And maybe last question from me, Mas Gani. Do you target the same audience for? So you have three ads right now. How is the difference between each ad? Is it just the content or the audience is also different?
Okay, good question, Aldo. So my plan is previously we always targeted using apa namanya safe contact like lookalike audience, but for the next Facebook ads, I want to use LLA and then plus the manual selection, but the audience is
Okay.
the same, but we just use a three ad set. So just kind of like A/B testing, but we have three options. So which content that have more powerful
Hmm,
performance, but at the end,
okay.
di tengah-tengah waktu, we will review it and then we will apa namanya stop which one that has lowest
I see.
content.
I see. Okay. So the A/B testing is only on the content itself, yeah. Okay. Thank you, Mas Gani, for the update. And oh yeah, anyone have any questions about the ads? All good? Proceed to the next campaign. Okay. Okay. Next campaign is from revenue campaign from Grace. Instagram conversion optimization 2021. Over to Grace. Uh, Sorry, Grace, I cannot hear you.
Sorry. For the insight for last week, uh, can you open the cover, please?
Okay, moment.
So for last week, we actually have pretty low activity, but for the interact post, so that's why the post interactions is decreasing, and for the reach, it's getting better from the previous 2 weeks, and we got positive statistics in the impression and profile visit, and the ratio of inquiries is also at 2. So for the last week, I also posted the travel policy post. Like it gets a lot of impression, and there are people saving that post because people also find it important for the travel policy post. And then I also reposted the Box Paradise video. So the Box Paradise at Nusa Penida, they also have Instagram, and they like have marketing in the form of video. And then I asked them, can I use the same video to be posted at our Instagram? And last week it gets 83 views in 6 days, and the duration of video is 2 minutes, about 2 minutes, and it got the lowest impression. So probably because it's too long. And then we got inquiry from Raja Surga Villa Ubud, and I also already updated price and availability. And then regarding ratio of inquiries per post that hits at 2, uh, like the previous 2 weeks we have like 8 posts, but last week we only have 4 posts, and it got the same number of inquiry. So that means we already have audience in awareness site, and they know Bukit Vista services without us posting every day. And then for the Instagram guidebook, it's already done, and it's ready to be hand over. And we hope to get the feedback from the people who will also handle the Instagram revenue campaign after me. That's the update from me.
Okay, thank you, Grace, for the update. So you said that the post number is decreasing to 4. Is there any like friction for the content itself or the post itself? Why is it decreasing, or you have any
Uh, the content itself, we don't have any fiction, but we plan it that way so we can see whether we halving the post activity have any effect on inquiry actually.
okay? Okay, thank you, Grace, for the update. Anyone have any question before we move on to another card? All good? Okay, let's move to website booking page. So the updates here is Mas Rizal already update oh no, final update is not updated yet. So the update for Mas Rizal is have short discussion previously on cross campaign Scrum. His friction right now is pending website migration regarding the technical issue. Not responsible mobile interface, patch not finished developed. Need new people to assign on website layouting. So the friction itself right now is on the website. And okay, that's the update from Mas Rizal. Any comments on this? No. Okay, let's move on to Airbnb listing improvement. It's by me. So the content request generated from ICR is 4, and from bad review is 0, and listing done updated right now is still 0, since I think it's since from Friday the update itself. So that is it for the update. Any comments? Good. Okay, let's move to instant book to Mas Gani.
Okay, so yeah, still
Nah,
no update yet because we want to apa namanya uh, counting the instant book rate on retest, right? But VD said that it's still on the development side. So once we have the dashboard, the correct number, we can easily monitor it.
okay, thank you, Mas Ganis. Any questions? All good. Okay, let's move to Airbnb instant book after launch. I see no update here. No update for now. I will. Okay, no update from Mas Rizal. Let's move to internship campaign. Well, we have many campaigns right now, yeah. Facebook page campaign from Rahma.
I think it's from Lila.
Lila, not
Oh,
Rahma.
from Lila.
Yes. So if I posted two new well posts after I reset it. I noticed that the reason why we don't really, I guess, get a lot of engagement or impression on Facebook is because the activity by unique user is mostly like 6 people per week that are active. So it's going to be a little bit hard to grow organically, apart from getting like likes and then having new people coming in. Because I see if you go down on the thing, yes, that thing. Wait, no, not it's not here. But if there's 2 page likes from January 3rd, from January 9. But yeah, overall, there's a slight increase um, from the period before. Um, and then next week, I'm just gonna implement some of the marketing trend from reports that I will be reading this week. I kind of compile it last week, and then tinkering a little bit with the strategy in hope that impression will increase. Um, yeah, that's I guess that's all from me.
Okay, over to Jing first.
Okay, I have so many questions here. I'd like to ask. Easiest one first, Leela. Or, how, Camila. How do you call yourself here in the chapter?
Sorry.
Lila.
I saw that you had a nickname here. What
Oh yeah,
nickname
Lila
do you
Shah.
have?
my legal or formal name is Camellia, and I guess everywhere or teachers calls me Camellia, but like no one in my family actually calls me that. Or even like when I was doing sports like club, because I was a swimmer and I used to play tennis as well. Everyone would call me Leela, so I guess I kind of just introduced myself as Leela, but then I put my name as Camellia because otherwise people would get like I don't know. It's like formal, I guess, because my name, my paper, my email is everything is Camellia, but
Okay,
I'm not
fantastic.
actually from Korea, so I'm really sorry for the confusion.
I hear you on that. I understand. I have the same issue. My formal name is Jing Cho, but everyone just kind of calls me Jing, and so I just go by that. But the reason I asked because I didn't see Leela and it actually as part of your name, so I was like, where did that come from? Okay, but now I understand. Okay, thank you for that fun fact. The first question is, what is DataBox, and how did you get it, and how long have you been using it?
Data box is more like I guess it's more like analytic, but make it easier, and it can have for every other social media like Instagram, Twitter, and everything. Because I see the analytic on Facebook, and I didn't really like how the setup and everything, because it doesn't like have um information per post. It's just like a cumulative thing, like as opposed for data box, you can kind of like adjust it to whatever you like. For example, for this one is for 7 days, but then I can also go back to 90 days or whatever days I want, and then like it's just it just makes like reading the data easier for me, I guess. But then I also compare it to the insight as well. So yeah, I tried multiple different I guess sites, but another one I think it was like a water graph, but I guess Databox kind of fits or like suits me better. So yeah,
Incredible.
it's just like yeah.
Okay. All right. My second question is, Gani, Aldo, Grace, how come I had to discover that? Did anybody else see that before I did? Okay. Third question is, everybody who's here existing, Gani, Aldo, Rizal, for when you watch this, could you use Databox for your own methods so that you get clearer ideas of what to do?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going down the leadership stack right now. So I'm discovering, which is, Grace has already brought, or sorry, Leela has already brought it to our attention. So then the second thing is, how do we want to prioritize it? Do we want to actually put this as part of our culture? And going back to this idea of interns can bring in new culture that's beneficial, I think we've actually seen that right here, right now. Third question, Leela, is this for the owner page, the Facebook fan page for owners for property? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Then now that we've discovered, we have to come up with, okay, so what are we going to do? Right? And based on this, what do you believe at the moment is the most actionable insight from this discovery that you have?
I guess you kind of have to be more active in a way because I noticed that in the past few posts for Bukit Vista, when you guys were active, you organically it kind of grow. But then there's a period of time where you guys kind of stop and then just kind of update on BB Talk, and that's pretty much it. And then that
Yep.
kind of like decrease. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah. Keep
Yeah, all
going.
right, okay, yeah, and then that kind of like decrease the overall engagement and everything. But again, it depends on the user as well because I don't know the trend currently if a lot of Indonesian because we're currently targeting domestic, right? If a lot of Indonesian are actively on Facebook or
Okay.
not, but according to the statistic for the active users for us, just for our fan page for followers or fan page, it's roughly 6 people a week. So if organically, it's gonna be definitely gonna be a challenge as opposed to say paid promote because again going back to the data, I see that if you promote something, it can reach up to like I don't know 4,000 or something, and then as opposed to organically, it's the very max is like 100 or something like that. So
Mm,
yeah, we just kind of have to like be consistent in posting and creating the post as well, and then I kind of have to, I guess that's why when I have a plan, I don't really kind of stick to it. I kind of go back and see the data and then see what the trend is, and then if I need to readjust. Because the last one that I just posted, it was originally something for for guests, not for the partnership. But then I decided I saw like you Jing, you post like a few links like Airbnb tips, and then it did pretty well. See, the thing
not
is,
me.
I don't know. Well, yeah, I know that, and it did pretty well. So I thought, maybe I could try that, and then that's why I went into the last minute pages and then did the how to make a killer Airbnb listing. But instead of driving the traffic out of our Facebook, I just kind of like sum up the article and then put it on our page. And so I guess that's just the kind of changes that I made. But yeah, we just kind of have to be patient for organically, I guess.
Excellent. Okay. Great stuff, Leela. Leela, who is your buddy in this chapter?
Mas Rizal.
Okay, got it. Okay, cool. There's a lot of good stuff there, but there's also some stuff that I'm going to comment on later too as well. We'll save it for discussion, but I think this is actually really good. And thank you very much, Leela, for deep diving in and also thinking creatively. As leaders
Yep.
in the chapter, also, I know Reason's our buddy, but this is kind of like what we want to get. We want to, if there's something that is under the surface, we want to bring it all out, right, so that we can discover it. And we'll talk about that also in the discussion, hopefully if we have time enough today to get there. Okay, back to the chat.
Yep. Okay. So yeah, Lila, great discovery for data box. Yeah, for Grace, to Grace.
Yeah, maybe I want to ask for Lila, do you have any like plans to increase the organic traffic by referral, maybe in uh, the marketplace listing, or maybe in the website or anywhere else?
Yeah, I thought about that actually. I actually thought about maybe even creating a Twitter account to cheat my way and to increase traffic. um, I thought about that, and it's something that I'm kind of working on. We do redirect them to, I guess, what is it, website. So it's something that I want to add as well to check on our page. So because marketplace, there's still, I guess it's the most active part of Facebook. So thank you, Grace, for that. I will definitely include that as well. But yeah, back to Kak Aldo.
Okay, thank you, Grace, for the question. Anyone have any questions before we move on to another card? Okay, no. Okay. Facebook page. Oh my God, there's still so much campaign. Um, so Google My Business, no update from Rahma ya.
It's I forgot to remove the labels. There's an update for that actually.
Okay, could you make it quick, Rahma?
Okay. So
Yep.
can you scroll down a little bit?
Okay.
Okay, so the update, scroll again. I have uploaded 10 properties pictures, and before the scrum, when I check it, every photo has more than 20 views by now. And also we moved the rank to rank 12 from 19 position last week for villa management in Bali. And also we moved to rank 1 for from fourth position for Bukit Vista Bali. And then I have also gathered the FAQs to optimize the SEO. But the friction from now that the number that updated in the GMB is not the latest one, because when I check Google My Business, if I the last update for like web visit, listing views, and numbers of direction requested, it's not the day before that, but it's like few days before. Like for example, like for today when I checked GMB, like the latest data that they provided was from January 8th. So like it's really hard for me to to see the effect of changing content or uploading something right away. So it takes time to see like the difference after I change the content. Like the next action that I have from now, that I will attend community scrum today and ask their help to increase our Google reviews by asking our current partners to give the reviews. But I need some help from the team also later on the discussion paper, to ask how can we improve the Google review other than asking our current partners. That's all for me. Back to Mr. Chin.
Okay, thank you. So this is interesting. Yeah, Google My Business also impacting for the SEO itself. And yep, and I think it's a new insight from us. Thank you, Grandma, for that. And anyone have questions? Oh, I think it will be like this. Okay, so anyone have many questions, but we only have 15 minutes left. Could we move it to written discussion for that? Okay, Jing and Grace, yeah, please write down the questions, and Rama, please answer it by today for the questions, because we only have 15 minutes left for the discussion. And SEO backlinks, no, no. Social media referral, Lila, updates. You have updates on here? No, okay. Negotiation, I think is the same for the minute for the online canvassing. Mas Gani, the edit the section. Any updates? No. Okay. Okay. Then if no discussion from the Trello card, let's move to discussion management. So we have many questions here. So I see Jing already have four new discussion. Grace and Rahma. I think this question is great. Jing, would you mind to give me the priority of your topics?
Probably at this point, Grace's who will succeed Grace's work is probably first priority.
Okay.
Um, that's probably the highest priority. Grace's question is a technical question that I think doesn't need to be discussed in the group, but it's good. Let me see Rama's question. Team, I need your ideas how we can generate. I can scroll down a little bit. Rama has a question about Google reviews other than asking current partners. Okay, that I think can be actually discussed. That can be discussed offline. Okay, the one that I think we probably need to figure out and make a decision on is who is going to succeed Grace's work and how should we prioritize different partnerships that that kind of sets strategic goals, right? The other
Okay.
two I think are more tactical.
Okay. So we'll prioritize this. Who will succeed Grace work, and how we should we prioritize for the partnership itself is the
Yeah.
second. And Rahma and Grace, if I move your discussion to written communication, to written discussion, is that good? Or you think this will need to prioritize?
No problem.
It's okay.
Okay. Okay, thank you. And let's discuss for this first who will succeed Grace work here. So over to Jing for some adding to the discussion.
Okay. So this is an important continuation process, and this one I would actually need to delegate back to the team. I don't
Yep.
really make the decisions here on that one. So I want you guys to think about it and implement it. I think we have some new people here. So HR has done their job of getting the people here, and there is some constraints, right? We know with ideally Grace should be able to train the next person better than any of us can train. So think about that. And Grace can also probably understand the ZPD of her successor better than anybody else too, as well. She's been doing the work. Okay, so all I would really want from this is Grace. How much longer are you here with us for?
Excuse me, sir. How much? How
When does
much?
your internship end?
Oh, it's Tuesday next week, January 19.
Okay, so we better have a
Okay.
successor by next Tuesday. That's the end output that I'd like to see. I think you guys can have a sub discussion or whatever around that, but let's just set a deadline by next Tuesday. Grace's successor is already ideally trained somewhat to carry on Grace's work. Yeah, so that's the end output. Is already in the activity section of the succession rather than in just the appointment section. Okay, that's the parameter of that. Back to Aldo. Back to the chair.
Okay, so anyone have any thoughts about this for Grace succession? Maybe from Grace, some criteria maybe, so we could know who can be delegated to this to your campaigns from Grace.
Mm, from me, maybe I will discuss it first with Kak Khani because Kak Khani is also is
Hmm,
original project champion, right? But for the plan that
okay.
we have discussed this. So the Instagram guidebook is already done. So actually, we plan to have the successor by this week, and then we will let him or her read the guidebook first, and then do some activity, and then also give feedback for the Instagram guidebook so that it can be improved and uh, delegated better.
Yep. Okay. Thanks, Grace. So Mas Gani will continue the project if we haven't had the success rate. Yeah. Okay.
Please avoid that.
And
Please avoid that
yeah,
situation.
yeah, yeah. We want to avoid that. We want to delegate, but originally it's from Mas Gani. So yeah, just in case. Okay, and I think it could be also the conclusion for this part. Miss Secretary, please put it down that Grace will finish the internship on January 19. So please prepare the person to be the successor. And yep, I think that's it. And let's move on to the prioritization from Jing, short term, long term, or no partnership. Could you give some thoughts about this, particularly the STP?
Sure. Okay, STP means short-term partnership, right? It's
Oh,
an
okay.
abbreviation. So the I saw that there might be an understanding clarification opportunity in the previous scrum. So let's say we have to choose between a long-term partnership and a short-term partnership. Which one should we go for? I think that part's clear now. We should prioritize long-term partnerships. All right, but then what becomes a little bit less clear is what should we do if we have to choose between a short-term partnership and no partnership, right? What should we do? In fact, maybe we should actually even clarify the language of whether a short-term partnership is even a partnership at all, right?
Yep,
Because it's more
yep.
informal. So this is kind of like the basis of this discussion. Now, I can skip to the understanding part at the end by giving you the answers, but I would really like to have you guys understand what it means, essentially how you want to structure this understanding, so that when you go to execute, you have a more crisp plan at the end. So I'll bring it back to the moderator for circulation and discussion.
Yep. Okay. Thank you, Jing, for the discussion. And I think I will add from me first. So the questions about the do we consider the temporary partnership is a partnership at all? So we have a discussion before, and we would like to focus on the trial partnership itself rather than the temporary partnership. So it will be a partnership, but they want to have the trial first. So it's called I call it like a half partnership, and I think that's from me. And I would like to offer to Mawayana for the thoughts first. What do you think? Mo, you're muted, Mo.
Okay, for the partnership itself, as we discussed earlier with the marketing team, so we divided like which one we prioritized it. We prioritized long term shape, but we also still have having BI for the short term partnership. So the plans now is we making like on each pitch deck to make the new team easier to execute and clear, like what the pitch, and then basically a new strategy. Like uh, at first we need to categorize which one is the target for long-term partnership, which one is the target for short term. So in that we have like different pitch decks.
Okay, so yep. Thank you, Mo. Maybe to Mas Gani, do you have any thoughts?
Not yet, Aldo, not yet.
Okay. To Rahma, maybe.
Um, as we said already, have the conclusion from last Saturday, I think we agreed to prioritize the long term partnership.
Okay.
So there's
Yep. Okay. Thank you, Rahma. I'd like to go back to Jing. Do you feel like the you satisfied with yet
No,
for the no.
no, I don't think you guys have actually created an effective decision making matrix yet for how to understand this. So what I want you guys to do is this, right? Maybe have another team discussion and come back when you have like a more something a little bit more solid. Okay. So why else did prioritize long-term partnership, categorize a target-based partnership? That's a little bit closer, I think, for this, but that's still kind of foggy. If you do want to prioritize long-term partnership, let's say a partner doesn't want to partner at all, should we then slot them into a short-term partnership, or should we say goodbye? Right? Um,
Hmm.
you still need to have a look. The reason we're doing this is part of leadership, everyone. And one of the key takeaways that I've been really trying to drive is when you lead, you need to define the problem really well. If you define the problem really well, then when you execute, it's flawless. Everyone understands what the problem is and how they're going to solve it. When we take shortcuts on defining the problem and the problem isn't well defined, then later when we execute, it's confusing. Well, does this belong here? Or does this belong there? Which one should we give it? And it gets a little bit more uh, messy, right? Especially when the team gets bigger. So what I want you guys to do is this, right? I'll give you guys 2 days to do it. I think that should be enough. Talk about it and figure out how you want to prioritize your long-term, short-term, and your new partnerships. And ideally, give it into a structure in the marketing funnel so that it makes sense. Don't inflate the term partnership. I don't want like, okay, this is a partnership now. If I've had a conversation with a person, now it's a partnership. You know, maybe it's actually something else in the marketing funnel, and I want you guys to explore it, understand that. When you understand it, come back and review it at the next sync up, and then let's agree what that framework needs to be. Okay?
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Jing, for the adding. And for Miss Secretary, please write down the conclusion that we need to have a discussion again to about the partnership prioritization for the short term, long term, and no partnership.
Thank you.
And thank you. And since we only have 2 minutes left for the written discussion, I think I need from Grace and Rahmat to give some context about the discussion so we could have a written communication clearly. Maybe to Grace first about your, from Rahma first about your topic.
Um, okay, Kyle, good, thank you. So, um, what I want to ask is about how we can generate Google reviews other than asking our current partners. So the reason why we need to improve the Google review is because Google reviews is using several keywords that can improve our SEO. So if the more we use certain keywords on our Google review, then it will actually create a great SEO, which means that we can be, it can increase our rank, and also people will probably choose the one that on top of the search while they're looking it on Google. So for the current idea that I have is only asking our current partners to give the Google reviews on our Google My Business. But I want to ask for other examples. For example, what I read, we can also like create a Google review link and maybe put the link on the website. And I want to ask whether those ideas are actionable, or maybe if it's can we also attract other like people like from our guests as well from email and stuff. So
Okay.
that's my point.
Okay, thank you, Rama, for giving us the context. And everyone, please write down the your thoughts after the scrum, and offer to Grace. Could you give some context about this?
Okay, so a few weeks ago, actually, there are another like travel, influencer and everything that uh asking about like partnership about promoting our Bukit Vista. And also I was reading
Okay.
Instagram planning by the candidate in trial, and they mentioned about using travel influencer. But from what I know, like last year we didn't partner or with any of them because we have no budget for it, and what they are asking sometimes is too much. So maybe if in the future there is a good opportunity, like what is the bottom line and what is the most important points that we can offer them, like maybe in terms of ROI and in terms of how many impressions that they can bring and when can we apply this one like that.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Grace, for the context. Everyone, please comment for Grace fiction right now about the travel influencer. And yep. And from I think this first one is need some context for us to answer for the GMB.
Oh, yeah, Aldo, this is just really quick. By the way, Rama, you're working on Google My Business, right? I think that's one of the leading. Okay, I have a particular style when I engage with computers now. I speak to computers more often, almost as often as I type. I'll be just, hey Google, hey Google, hey Google. When you start doing that, GMB becomes actually super important. When you say, hey Google, who's the best property management company in Bali? Hey Google, where can I find a really delicious Padang restaurant nearby me? When you start doing that, I noticed the results that you take. Okay. Case in point, right? Case in point. So when you do that, this becomes actually a much more important factor in getting your. As people are going into more conversational computing, you're going to find that Google My Business is probably a secret that's going to be poking up. So I think it's really good discovery, and I think it's something that we should focus on. Yeah, that part is cool. I found mostly all my restaurants and everything through GMB. That was actually pretty cool.
Yep. Okay. So, do you want to have some discussion that we need to have on this topic? No.
Oh no, it's just a comment. It's just a comment. I'm just supporting Rama's
Okay.
project. Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, then so I think that's all for our discussion. We have two discussions that we haven't done yet. So please, everyone, type your comments on this, type your thoughts, and sorry for the overtime for 4 minutes. Thank you very much for your time. And yeah, over to Jing
Okay.
for the
Sorry
thoughts.
for the overtime. I'm going to need just 2 minutes. Yeah, and I want to give some comments so that I can bring an outsider's perspective to what's happening here. So I'm going to go on some pros and cons real quick, and I'll share my screen so that everyone can read it too, and that will get it done a little bit faster. Okay, so some comments that I saw that were pro. Thank you for using the screen share. I think that's a great way of getting the new people in the team to understand and track what we're talking about. That is a good idea. Over time, I think go back to Trello so that we have that ability. But the screen share, I think, is a good given the current context. Cameras on, great. Good culture. We see each other once a week. It's good to actually see your face, know who you are. Otherwise you're kind of like a ghost entity, right? Great that I think we understand that there's a shift to long-term partnerships now. That's good. I'm glad that that's getting there. Thank you, Gani, for setting the Instagram counter back to 0. That takes courage to make that decision and make that movement. So I want to applaud it. That's why I asked, right? Moderated question with quality from Aldo to Gani. I think that was a strategic question that Aldo asked Gani about essentially the ad content and the ad audience. That is the kind of thinking that a strategic thinking involves. So good catch on that. And Gani, good answer. You also used a strategic answer about understanding the best tool sets within Facebook, like the lookalike audience. I think that's a quality engagement and response. That was good. And Aldo, good job on making the prioritization decision for deciding what topics you'd like to discuss. That is a tick mark on your prioritization skills as a leader. So congratulations on that. Okay, there's a few things that are not so good, and I'll bring them up. Rama's issue on the Slack, that's a very basic issue. I think that can be solved, issue on access that can be solved with just a Slack message. Reserve the time here at these meetings to have more higher quality things, I would say. If that's really stopping Rama, then it's probably shyness. or some other fundamental issue about whether or not she can actually ask somebody. But that I think can be resolved faster. Clarity. This is the counterpart to the long-term partnership understanding here. So it's good that we understand there's a shift to long-term partnerships, but we remember we're 60-40 on survive to thrive. So we don't want to throw away necessarily partnerships that might actually contribute to revenue. So we need to have clarity there. It's not just one way, 100% or the other. We steer kind of gradually, not move the entire boat over. Okay, Ingrid and Ariel. Sorry, I don't know who those people were, but I can't also find who those people are. They're not in the meeting structure, and they're not like integrated into any part of our written documentation. So there's no self-service to know these things. So that part is there. That's not actually that's not actually Rama's issue. That's kind of like a general issue. So I'll separate that out. Okay. Leela, my biggest question is how come we didn't know about Leela's insights before? It seems like that is a huge discovery that somebody is thinking through all this very systematically. So it means that there's kind of a leadership blind spot in the discovery part if we haven't taken advantage of this opportunity to extract Leela's insights. So that part was somehow not there. It takes the right kind of questions to get the right kind of insights, right? So I think we need to probe a little bit more if we discover that and get all that juice out. So when you see some oil on the ground, there's probably more oil in the well too. So drill, and find as much oil as you can in terms of the personal insight. Leela, I don't think is actually integrated into the team because she uses vocabulary like us and you guys, right? So I feel like there might be a separation, which I saw last week too, when the senior members and Grace talk. It does feel like there's an audience, which is like the new people, and there's actors and performers who are the more senior people. So that has, I think, resulted in a dichotomy. Like the new people believe that they're somehow not really part of the team, so that's why they use you guys or you guys. There's no we. So that could be a misreading, but I think it's a signal that indicates that there's a separation of team and intern. So okay. Promotion to get the numbers. That was actually a good thing. Sorry, I kept on writing there. This is actually a positive. That's an idea. That's a good insight to use the promotion to get the correct numbers that you need. Consistent on posting, quality of the post. Don't see reached out. That actually goes on the positive side. Okay, that's it. That's my insights on that one. I think from time to time, guys just have another one of these. Just get somebody's insights, and this just simply to check if your discovery skills are sharp and if everybody's reading the meeting correctly. That's it. Back to the chat.
Aldo muted.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Jing, for the feedbacks, and I think it's very valuable not for me as the chair, but also everyone for your future updates and also improvements. And I think that's all for our scrum today. Sorry for the overtime of 10 minutes. I'll let you guys